All right. So, yeah, hi Toads. We're doing part 2 for the Minish cap.
Nice.
Yeah. We kind of left off the story of like things are really fucking hard. We got the bracelet skip. It's impossible. No one wants to do this anymore. And then I remember, gosh, I don't remember where it was. I think it was on Reddit or something. Or maybe Quo told me about it. Like, oh yeah, we killed bracelet skip. We found a better one. I was like, yo, that's so good.
Yeah.
And so I want to cover it a little bit.
Thank God the route is a lot better now.
That is good, man. So I guess tell me about the last gosh, has it really been 2 years? I guess it has. So we left off sort of late 2018. You had the record with one of the few runs with bracelet skip, right?
Did I?
Yeah, so it was.
I don't remember.
You took it from Darky. You did like an offline run that just did bracelet skip for shits.
Oh, that
then,
one was okay.
yeah.
I guess so. Yeah. That was the first one then, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Was it really the first run to have bracelet skip?
The first record.
Gotcha. Okay. And then I think shortly after, that was in August, shortly after in October, finally start the Minish cap tournament, right? Who organized that tournament?
That was ZSR, so Tresco and people.
Okay. They just want to do it for content, for fun, or?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, we just wanted to do another one because the first one was such a success.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, I've run 2 Snap tournaments, so I recognize it's fun and it's successful, and it can be a lot of fun to bring people back into the community and sort of make people do runs again, and then things happen. So, and during that tournament, I think I read that you weren't there, Toads.
Yeah, I didn't join.
Any reason?
I'm not sure. I just didn't really feel like playing TMC too much.
That's fair.
And that's still the case. I haven't really played any TMC in the past 2 years. I've done a few runs here and there, but I haven't played too much.
Okay. What are you doing in the meantime? Or are you streaming at all? Or just working? Okay.
No, I haven't been streaming at all. I've done a little bit of glitch hunting, not very successfully, except for when Solidified found something. Then we all kind of came together again.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I haven't done too much.
Okay.
Speedrunning wise.
That's fair. I know sometimes life happens and you just gotta put it down.
Yeah.
Okay. But so let's see here. After about to say the Solidified Gaming found some stuff. Tell me about how that kind of unfolded. Do you remember that at all, or?
Yeah, kind of. He was just asking at first about the weird. Well, when you jump out of a hole, you can like store diagonal angles, which are usually not really in the game. But that's something we've known for a very long time. And he was asking in the Discord if we've ever really messed around with it. I just said not really, because there isn't really. Well, we thought there wasn't really anything to do with it. But he then at some point just uploaded a video pulling statues all over the place, and we're like, Jesus Christ, what is happening? And so once that happened, we were all pretty excited because that meant maybe new skips. Actually, I think the first one was with the angle thing that you can jump on walls by using the cane and by storing the angle. I think that's what he posted first.
Okay.
And so, yeah, it just kind of happened. I think he first found the Cave of Flames skip, which was really exciting because we never really thought we would get a skip in the first half or in the first 2 dungeons. So that was pretty groundbreaking. And then it turned out it would also lead to a better bracelet skip. So
that's good.
That was
the Holy Grail.
Good. Pretty much, yeah. That trick alone saved the entire route. It's crazy.
It's crazy how that works. So I guess explain to me a little bit, because I have an idea of what's going on, right? Like I can
Mhm.
follow along, but I guess, do you have like any more technical way to explain like what's going on?
I'm not sure. It's actually really simple. It's when you jump out of a hole and hold a diagonal direction, then that diagonal direction is stored within the game. There's like a certain value attached to it, but usually the game doesn't really let you keep it because usually when you walk diagonally, you either face upwards or you face right or something. But there's never really the value of the actual diagonal. But when you jump out of a hole, you can keep that. And they probably didn't really expect anyone to do anything with it, so they didn't program things correctly with those specific angles, and so it lets you jump on walls and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah.
And
And
so,
then I think, go ahead.
yeah, if you want to pull something, usually you face it, and then if you face right, you pull something, you press left, and then you just walk left normally because that's the angle you have. But if you have a diagonal angle and you press left, then you will go up left because you still have a diagonal angle stored. And so everything kind of goes the wrong way.
Interesting. So does it not have like hit detection or anything? So if you could you pull a statue into a wall or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. Okay.
Because Link will just move left or up left, but the statue will as well, because I guess it thinks it should just move left since they didn't really account for anyone pulling stuff with a diagonal angle stored. So they probably just didn't really program it to stop at walls.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine from a design standpoint, they probably programmed it so that if Link is standing in one space and the statue is on the space to the right, if you pull to the left, Link is there, which means that space is open, which means that the statue can go there.
Yeah,
right?
something like that is what I would
So
imagine.
they don't even check. They're just like, oh,
Yeah.
we just assume that it works. Okay. And then if you combine that with the can of Paki, or Pocky or whatever, you can get up on top of walls, right? And that kind of fucks with the layers, right?
Yeah, pretty much. You just get on a higher layer. And that helps a lot in Palace of Winds.
Yeah. Yeah. Because wasn't that with the same thing that Ocarina Glitch does and stuff like that? Is that it prevents
Exactly, yeah. It's another way to get on higher layers now.
Okay. Well, that's good. And
It
you can retry it too, right?
I mean, you can, but you can't really fail it. It's very foolproof.
Oh,
it's super easy.
It's even better.
Yeah, it's free actually. Hate using that word, but it's a very easy trick. Anyone can do it.
That's good. Especially, it's like the exact opposite of what Bracelet Skip was, which was
exactly
unbufferable, frame perfect, 60 FPS,
garbage.
Yeah, frame perfect skip. Ugh. What's funny is that Quo would always tell me, "Be careful what you wish for." Right? Like,
it's true.
Like, we played Pokemon Snap, and there's no glitches in that game. And I'm like, man, I kind of wish we had a glitch at some point. And Quo's like, no, you got to be careful. You might end up with bracelets.
Sometimes you find the wrong glitches.
Man, I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah, me too. The route is so much better now. People can actually enjoy competing, although no one really competes at the moment.
Well, maybe next year there'll be a tournament. Bring people back.
Maybe.
Okay. So, so you said there was the bracelet skip, or whatever you want to call it.
I guess, yeah.
Palace of Winds, right?
It's still a bracelet skip. It's just a better version of it, a faster and better version.
Better bracelet skip. Now, there was also, I think, Cave of Flames, you said, got a skip?
Exactly. Bosky skip.
Okay. I've actually seen a video of it, but can you explain a little?
Yeah, that one has evolved a little bit. At first, it was the same as the new bracelet skip. You just hop onto a wall, onto a higher layer, and then you just go past the boss door. You go around a few screens, and you just go past the boss door. But then I found out that it's a little bit weird. When you have a diagonal angle and you grab on something, you can teleport a little bit, and that allows you to teleport a little bit into the wall, but you fall down again immediately. But I first timed it with a bomb explosion, so I got teleported into the wall and then got pushed by a bomb explosion up the wall to get onto a higher layer, and that worked out. So that was a much faster boss skip, but it was also a lot more inconsistent because I think you had like 2 frames or 3 frames for the bomb explosion, so it was difficult to time. But then I had a brain explosion, actually.
Jimmy, a neutron brain blast.
I just thought, well, with the Guster, you can actually put enemies inside a wall. And so I used one of the rollerbites in the room to put it into the wall, waited for it to activate, and see if I could use that hitbox to get pushed up the wall. And it worked. And that hitbox always stays there, so you don't have to time anything.
Oh, wow.
So it made the trick a lot easier. So now we use that skip. It's very fast.
Nice. That's good. And did you find most of the stuff?
I found that one.
Mm-hmm.
I think Palace of Winds, wasn't it solidified? I think it was. I don't remember.
It's called the Werble Hop skip. Does that name mean anything?
Yeah, Werble Hop. I mean, I don't know why people came up with that name. It's German.
Okay.
What even was it? I think people were looking at the kind of Paki names in different languages, and in German it's Wirbelstab. So they took the first part of it and just made Wirbelhop out of it, because you hop onto a wall with it. I don't know. That's just what people ended up calling it.
All right. I got to put that German twang on it. Some Wirbelhop?
Yeah, Wirbelhop.
Das Wirbelhop? Yeah.
Der, I would say.
Der Wirbelhop. Okay, I don't know German, so I apologize.
It wouldn't have a real article, but I guess that's what you would use.
All right. I will keep that in mind.
Yeah, there's actually another skip in Cave of Flames though now. That one was 100% found by Solidified Gaming. That one is even stranger, because you once again pull a statue inside a wall, but you push it, or you pull it inside a doorway, not inside a wall, but inside a doorway. And then when you go in the doorway, you can still push the statue. And if you push it over a loading zone, the loading zone disappears. So just push it over the loading zone, you grab it backwards again to get it out of the doorway to get the key. And then you can just walk around out of bounds because the loading zone isn't there anymore. So you can trigger a different loading zone to skip a few rooms and to skip a small key.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's really crazy, honestly. I never thought I would see something like that in TMC.
Yeah, because gosh, it was almost glitchless for a while up until like you get the Ocarina, right?
Yeah, Ocarina, and up until Ocarina, it was glitchless.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I remember
for a very long time.
For whenever CJ and I were watching, sort of like doing an overview of the run with Quo. It was like, okay, pretty standard stuff. And then finally we get the Ocarina, then we can start going over places. I think it was Temple of Droplets. And CJ's like, oh, we're cooking with gas now. Like you can see like the weird, like there's that one screen where all the little texture tiles are all over the place. It's like all kind of different. And CJ got really excited when he saw that. It's like, okay, now we got something. Now we're getting into the glitches.
Yeah, that used to be one of the only things to really show off. And the boss skip in Fortress of Winds, but that one doesn't look as flashy. But now we have a lot of stuff out of bounds and clipping inside walls and everything. It's weird.
That's good.
What happened to this game?
It's like I don't even recognize you anymore.
I'm glad. It's so much better now.
Let's see here. I also see that there's some sort of kinstone thing that's changed.
Oh yeah, I guess that's the only thing that kind of... Well, I think that's just evolution over time. As people got better at the game, naturally they wanted to do more manipulations as well. So we had a few kinstone manips the whole time, ever since we had flipper skip, because we need 4 kinstones to get the boomerang. But those kinstone manips were pretty easy. Anyone could do them. But now we need all 4 kinstones within 1 manip, ideally, because of the new Cave of Flames skips. Usually we got 2 chests in Cave of Flames, but we can't get them anymore because we skipped the rooms. So we need to manip all 4 kinstones. And the manip we have is a little bit inconsistent. I think, well, the more you do it, the more consistent you get at it, obviously. But it still sometimes just seems to fail randomly, I guess. So it's a little bit, yeah. It's not the
I gotcha.
best, but that's just Minips in general, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the nature of the game.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. So after all that kind of stuff is found, it looks like you do a couple of runs.
I did like 3 runs or something.
Yeah, so you got up to like a 139.36, it looks like.
Something like that. I think my current PB is 138.30.
Okay.
But it's not on speedrun.com because I'm lazy.
I gotcha.
We
Do
know.
you mainly do offline stuff, or do you stream it?
No, that was streamed.
You just have highlighted it?
I don't think I did.
Yeah. Rip.
It was just a 4-second PB.
That's fair. That's fair.
As usual, I just said I'll beat this anyway, and then I didn't do runs for another 5 months. So.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Like quite literally, I sat on a PB that I was like, I'll beat this, and I sat on it for like a year.
Yeah.
Before I eventually beat it. Okay. What else? But then it looks like you kind of move away. No, wait, August 15th is when you do get it. You get a record on that day. So yeah, you said about after a little bit of the stuff, you kind of put down speedrunning.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm not sure. It's not like I don't want to speedrun. I just can't really bring myself to play TMC anymore. I'm not entirely sure. Sometimes I feel very motivated, and then I practice, and then I never do runs anyway.
Yeah.
I think my time is just kind of over with speedrunning a little bit. I still like glitch hunting, but I don't know if I will ever grind runs again.
I feel that for sure. Once I got my most recent PB, I was like, if I never PB ever again, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Like legitimately, I said I have made this 2056 whatever that I got, and if I don't ever improve that time, I'll be okay with that.
Yeah, I feel the same.
So, granted, I still like playing the game, and I still like doing like races and stuff from time to time. But I just, the grind is so soul crushing sometimes. Yeah. But anyways, moving on. Did you watch Vlak at all, or were you busy?
I did watch him quite a bit. Yeah, he grinded a lot.
Yeah,
sometimes played for like 7 or 8 hours a day. I remember.
My God. Did you watch his current PB, the 137.38?
Yeah.
Any thoughts on it?
It's a pretty good run. I think there were no major mistakes, which is pretty rare in TMC. Usually there's one split where everything just goes wrong, even though it shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember his DHC too well, but I know his Vadi manips were on point. And everything else was just well played overall. But it can still be improved, of course.
Well, obviously. I mean, the human potential means that there's always room to improve for the most part. All right, cool. Got to get a new task going.
Trump was on it, actually.
Is he actually on it?
I think he's been stuck on Mount Krennel for like 2 months, I think. Maybe more.
That's a shame.
Some RNG nonsense he's stuck on.
Yeah, probably. Okay. Cool. What have I not covered?
That was most of it, I think.
I think so. But we talked about
maybe?
What's up?
Octominute, maybe?
True, Octominute.
Oh yeah, I talked about Octominute. Yeah. Okay. So tell me, so in the past there was no manip, right? It was just sort of like RNG, whatever you get. And then I think around the SGDQ run, there was like a first cycle manip or something. Quo? Or anyone?
I mean,
no,
maybe
we pretty much
first
just
version.
No, we pretty much just went straight to Zero Ink. Because like once we could manipulate RNG, it's just like we could do it. So
Okay. You want to tell me, or Toads, you want to go into the history of the Minips?
I guess.
Sure.
Well,
If you know.
Octominip is just special because obviously we've tried to minip Octo for so many years,
Mhm.
and it never really worked. Because Octo is, I'm not entirely sure. Something about Octo RNG is very particular. I don't know if it's standing on a specific pixel on a specific frame that messes it up, or something else that sometimes maybe Octo just doesn't like us. I don't know. And because it was just, even though you can manip RNG, it was still so random. So no one ever found anything consistent to manip Octo, and we all thought it was never going to happen. But eventually, I somehow found out one that works consistently, and so we've been using that ever since.
All right.
It's really nice because, I mean, at first it wasn't actually that much faster. It was like, I think it was 10 seconds faster over 1 ink or something. But then Quo came up with a quick reroute, which made it another 5 seconds faster. So it's actually nice now.
Nice. Can you give me a brief sort of explanation of how you manip them? How you manip Octo?
It's just, I mean, it's just specific movement you have to do.
Okay.
You at the first phase, you just don't move at all. You just reflect the rocks because any type of movement can mess it up. And then during the phases, while Octo moves around, RNG changes on every frame, so you have to be careful.
Mhm.
So you want to move while RNG is not moving, and ideally you want to move into a corner so that you're in the same place every time before RNG changes.
Okay.
Or maybe you can be like 1 pixel inside the wall or something. So far, it doesn't look like it messes it up, so that would be fine. But generally, you want to be in a place before RNG changes too much. And so that's basically what you do during the whole fight. You just go into places while Octo is not moving.
Gotcha. Okay. Interesting.
And you look at the rocks at the very end. Depending on the rock pattern that falls from the ceiling, you know what to do to get the 0 ink. Most of the time, you don't have to do anything. Sometimes you have to do 3 rolls or something. It depends on the rock pattern you get. So there's still variation. You can still get like 5 different patterns. So it's still not, 100% consistent in that regard, but because we know the patterns, it is very consistent.
That's good. Yeah, there's like backup plans in case something
Yeah.
goes a little off.
Yeah.
All right. And remind me, 0 ink Octo versus 1 ink for saves. How much? You said 15 seconds, but is that for all phases or?
It's around 20 seconds. 1 ink is like 18 seconds,
Okay.
but you also have to account for the time it takes Octo to attack again.
Okay. So it evens out to be roughly 20-ish or 15-ish. What was it?
Yeah, I think it's about 15 seconds that it saves because we have to do an additional save and quit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we use the save and quit to manipulate RNG. Without the save and quit, it would be a little bit faster because you would have a faster route to get to the Octo room.
Mhm.
But with the save and quit, it takes a little bit longer. But because of Quo's big brain, we were able to get a route that makes the save and quit actually pretty fast as well. So it doesn't lose as much time.
Okay. There you go. Quo's big brain saves the day.
It's my only worthwhile contribution to the game.
Hey, you made a task.
That's true.
And a video. You helped.
That's true.
Okay. Now I think that's everything, right?
Probably.
Looking at Quo
Yeah.
here. Okay.
I mean, pretty much. So there's just the bracelet skip runs, and then the tournament, and then SGDQ, and then diagonal angle retention. So yeah, I
Okay.
think we have it all.
All right. This is a bit of a shorter one, but I think this video is going to also be a bit of a shorter video. So
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I haven't done too much in the past 2 years, so I can't say too much about actual speedrunning.
that's fair. But hey, I appreciate you talking to us, and you were very informative, very helpful. So thank you.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. All right. Well, let's go ahead and wrap this up.